The Expert Series is brought to you by Draw It Paint, the dry erase paint company that specializes in the highest quality of whiteboard walls available worldwide. Draw It Paint is constantly undergoing tests and procedures to ensure industry-leading, top-quality products with 3 selections to choose from. Recruit, Unique, and Limitless are guaranteed to suit all your dry erase paint needs.
I'm not going to ask too much, but we do appreciate that you were able to speak on a little bit with us. So
yeah,
we're excited to see what you got coming next, for sure.
Yeah, no, thank you. I'm sure you guys will be looking. I'll be posting. So.
Of course. Now, you kind of talk about how important self-reflection is and spending this alone time to kind of mentally prepare yourself for what's to come next, whether it's just the upcoming Monday or a big meeting with a client. You do speak on reading, yoga, some other things. What other ways do you mentally prepare yourself for the work week?
I do faux meeting. Like if I have a big listing appointment, I'll get with my mentor and we'll role play. For example, when I did back in August or September, I can't remember, I did a home buyer seminar and I role played how the conversations were going to go, how my presentation was going to be laid out, and I just role played. And I mentally think about it, I visualize it in my head, and if need be, sometimes I write it out. But being prepared, you can never be too prepared, and that's my philosophy. So I like to over prepare.
Right. It sounds like this role playing is kind of just a pre-game ritual for you.
Yeah, it is. In classes, in our CE classes, sometimes we role play a lot, and it's helpful.
For sure. Does it kind of just take you through the motions and the process of everything?
Yes, it takes you through the motions. It gets you through any hiccups that you may have. It gets out words that you may not even know you say funny, but because you said it out loud, you know, okay, I need to hone in on this word because my accent or whatever makes me say it a little bit funny. But definitely role playing helps. Scripts help. The president of our company, Laura Rittenberg, she's big on scripts and reading scripts, and they were successful for me when I was first started in real estate because I was brand new. I was super green. I didn't know anything, and some of those same scripts I use now. And she's a staunch supporter on using scripts and role playing.
It sounds like it really just helps the repetition and the practice, and it makes it easier for you guys when it's actually game time, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because if you think about it, I should have wore it today, but we have name tags that we wear. And when I was in one of my training classes, the instructor said, "Oh, never take your name tag off." And I was like, "Oh, he's wrong." But I started doing it. I started keeping my name tag on, and it helped me to talk about my real estate career at the grocery store, at the gas station, anywhere. Even when I got my car fixed last week, I had on my name tag, and it gets you leads. It number one, it shows people what you do for a living, and it starts conversation because you always see someone looking like, and then that's your way in. That's your way in to start a conversation. Oh yeah, I sell real estate. Are you looking to buy or sell a home? So.
It kind of reminds me of those networking events where you have the sticker that says, "Hello, my name is."
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's a little bit nicer, but.
It sounds just like the perfect icebreaker.
It is. It really is. And I wasn't a believer in it. And every time I see that instructor, he loves to remind me how right he was.
Yeah. Now it sounded like you do face these changes throughout your career. The name tag being an example where you didn't see the use of it at the beginning, but now obviously it's such a fairly big aspect of how you network yourself. Are there any other changes that you can kind of think about and talk to us? Whether it's the name tag or it's the market itself or any other outer factors that you've experienced?
What kind of struck me as a huge change for when I got back into real estate is social media. Social media is just a whole thing in and of itself. And it's just amazing how successful you can be because of social media, and if you utilize it right. I know a lot of people see real estate and they think it's a glamorous business, and they think that, you know, we make all this money and it's all we do is sell houses and collect checks, and it's so much more. And I've connected with quite a few people on social media who are realtors or people who are just interested in getting into real estate. And it's good to have that connection with people that I would have never come in contact with because of social media. And you can sit there and talk to them about different strategies. And, you know, one guy in particular, Anthony Thomas, he's a licensed realtor here in Georgia and Alabama. I didn't know him from a hole in the wall, and we pick up the phone and talk to each other. And we chat a lot on direct messages on Instagram. He posts a lot of motivating stuff and shows you the real, you know, the pulled curtain behind real estate and the nitty and gritty of the good, the bad, and the ugly of real estate. And I'm grateful to people like him and other agents who post things like that, because I would not have seen all that 10 years ago. And I love the fact that we're able to post that stuff now.
Mm-hmm. That motivational content is something we've actually noticed from a lot of real estate professionals. Would you ever consider posting that sort of stuff yourself?
To be honest with you, I don't like to be in front of the camera. I don't. I mean, I don't know how people do like live Facebook and live Instagram. It kind of creeps me out. I mean, I just like to post my posts and pictures and stuff like that. But I try to be as motivational as possible, but I'd rather have a sit down face-to-face with a client as opposed to, I guess I should do it more. I mean, it makes me uncomfortable, so I probably should do it more. I'm taking my own advice here. But I don't like it. I just don't. I don't even like how I'm looking at myself here. I don't like it. It just makes it so awkward. I don't like it.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of this expert series and what we're trying to do, because it's a face-to-face conversation essentially, but at the same time, we're distributing it and all these people get to see it, and you're, you know, in front of the camera. So we're really just trying to highlight you and your career, and hopefully we can do that in a good light.
Yeah, I know you guys will. I'm confident. I'm not too worried about it. That's probably why I did it. But that Facebook Live and Instagram Live, ooh.
Yeah, no, we're not there yet either. So
yeah. I know. We need to do more, both of us. So.
Yeah. Now, just going back to kind of wrapping up the real estate portion of the interview. What advice would you give to someone just starting their career out in real estate?
I would say get a mentor, number one. Get a coach. Try to find someone that has some good expertise in the game. Get with a really good broker. My broker is excellent. She has been very influential in helping me and kind of guiding me into the right direction and helping me reach my goals. So get with a broker. Everything that you learn in real estate school is helpful. But until you do your first transaction and you get a couple of transactions under your belt, you won't have any idea. And you learn as you go, because every transaction is different. I got a call the other day from one of my colleagues who's at Coldwell because of me, but he wanted to know how to do a short sale. And when I started real estate, short sales and foreclosures were in abundance because of just the nature of the market and how everything was going. And I would never have thought a short sale would be so difficult. The clients ended up very happy, but throughout the process, it was a lot of hand-holding and playing the psychologist role and big sister role. But get someone who you can call up and ask advice. Hey, what do you think about this stipulation? Hey, what do you think about this amendment to address concerns? This is what I wrote, but this is what I wanted to say. Can you help me? Can you guide me? Don't just be out there willy-nilly and unattached to a group or a person that can help you, because you will get you will feel like you're out on a boat all by yourself, and you're not. And you will get overwhelmed, and you'll be back at your regular 9-to-5 job. And you don't want that, because if you got into real estate for a reason. So attach yourself to someone who's successful, get guidance and instruction from them, but also continue to work hard be disciplined, be aggressive, and you'll be okay.
That's great advice. I think I can apply that to any industry, any profession.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Being authentic and staying true at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love what you said. Be authentic. Be yourself. I'm Sheay from Boston. I don't pretend to be an Atlanta native because I'm not. So that's one of the things that I like to I like to say, stay in your lane. And then if you want to explore other things, kind of get with someone who has experience in that lane and then learn from them and then try to move over.
Right. It's kind of the tippy-toeing in the shallow end instead of just jumping in the deep end, right?
Right, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I do value all your wise words from speaking on the second part of the interview here. We'll get into the fun stuff in a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, you talk about both Atlanta and Boston. So which one did you want to start with? Which city?
Since I'm from Boston, we'll start with Boston.
We'll start with that? Okay.
Yeah.
What would you say is your favorite thing about Boston?
The food. Without a shadow of a doubt. We have the best seafood, of course. I'm a big seafood eater. We have the best Chinese food. We have the best pizza. That's the first thing I do when I go home. I just eat. I gain at least 5 pounds when I go home. So that's why I probably shouldn't go as much. I love the falls in New England. There is nothing like a New England fall when the leaves are changing. And I remember being on my street, my grandmother's street, and just at the end of the street looking up and seeing all the oranges, the reds, all the autumn leaves falling. It was just absolutely gorgeous, and you couldn't buy that type of scenery. You can't get that anywhere else.
Definitely. It's some people take it for granted when they have seasons within their city. They want to get out on vacation during the winter time and
right,
hang out wherever it's hot, but there's something so different about actually getting to experience the cold and then the hot and all these changes, right?
Yeah.
That's something that you love about Boston too?
I absolutely love it. I love bundling up. I love layering up. Like I said, my boyfriend and I were both from up north, so this time of the year in Atlanta right now, we're relishing it. We love these 65-degree mornings. We love it. We love putting on our coats and our sweaters, and it makes us feel like home, more so like home, like we're back up north.
Yeah. Now, can you kind of tell us about some of the hidden gems within Boston, whether it's one of your favorite restaurants or just a nice view?
I remember one summer, I spent my whole summer at Jamaica Pond. And it was special to me because when I was young, I took sailing lessons at that pond. And I would sit out there, I'd people watch, I would do my real estate work because I would bring my laptop. And I would actually be working, but I was viewing, it's called the Emerald Necklace, because it's literally a huge circle. It's in Jamaica, Jamaica Plain, and it's in between Jamaica Plain, West Roxbury, and it's just a good combination of everybody. You see all these different cultures and ethnicities, all these different people from different backgrounds, and I love that part of Boston, kind of similar to Atlanta.
Right. I guess we can kind of move on to Atlanta now. What would you say is your favorite thing about being there?
My favorite thing about Atlanta is I love the South. I know it sounds like I love the North, but I really love the South. I love the fact that everyone, for the majority of it, everyone is really friendly, and you can talk to a stranger and have a whole full-blown conversation with a stranger, not know their name. I love the fact that everyone says hello. You don't get that too much in Boston, but I love the Southern hospitality of it all. And I love the fact that Atlanta is I don't want to say is becoming, because it has been the music capital of the world. I've been a huge fan of all these Atlanta artists, and to live here and to just actually walk into a store, and sometimes you see them, and it's just so cool, but that you get to see all these different Atlanta artists, these actors. Atlanta has really become, with the building of Tyler Perry Studios, become the next Hollywood. It's amazing to be living in Atlanta at this time.